Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to another TTMS special number 4, people. Let me tell you something. First of all, let me just check my audio out. I want to make sure my audio is good, fellas. What is going on, guys? Listen. Wow. What the fuck has been happening today? Twitter, Phil Spencer, Brad Smith, you name it. Everybody's talking that shit. When it comes to the Activision deal, it's fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. Now, really, I know your punk ass. I know your punk ass did not believe that a TTMS will happen today. You were wrong. What's going on, my homies? Got Hyperfang, Ray, Why So Serious, Toolman, the homie Dirt Griggity's in there, 9 Lives, 210, Aussie, Omi Tony, what's going on, Killer? Only on Xbox, John Wolf, what a great day, talk that shit, player. Real non-stop talent, Will made it. What is good, people? My brothers and that, my sisters, my Xbox community. I love this shit. How does my audio sound? First of all, let me check my audio out, guys, before we get into the talking that shit. It sounds good. You know what? Guys, listen. Let me just adjust this here. Now, listen, guys. It sounds good. I appreciate the play. Guy J. What's going on, killer? Onyx is in the chat as well. What is good? I'm Al Kappa G. What's going on, G? G Fat Jake. You good? You good? These dirty motherfuckers. Jim Ryan, listen. I'm glad. I'm glad that Phil Spencer, Brad Smith, you name it, coming out. Do you know what? We had enough of your bullshit. We had enough of your bullshit. You wanna play that game? You trying to be a bitch in front of CMA, FTC? We're gonna make you a bitch. So guys, hit that like button straight up. The Griggity, you know it, player. They want to play this game. About time. Everybody's talked about Microsoft. You're $1 trillion company. Be the behemoth. Be the behemoth, Microsoft. What's going on? Now you motherfuckers are afraid. Scared. And I fucking love it. And on top of that, Primus Gaming, what's going on, my G? And on top of that, guys, today, violence. Phil Spencer, our homie, the vice president of whoever the fuck is, Brad Smith, came out and talked that shit, and we're gonna get into it, guys. Shout out to the 50 plus. I know, listen, guys, I just did this impromptu. I was planning on doing it, but listen, times, things come in the way, but we're gonna talk that shit. Bavarian 90, what's going on? Like, Bavarian 90 goes, you bots, what's going on, killer? Now, guys, listen to me. Let's talk about Brad Smith from 8 Mile. Now, guys, I got my ponies teas here. The pony teas are here. But I've got a special flask. I got a brand new flask when the Activision deal happens. I will show it when that deal happens. Now, let's have some water, then we get into that shit. Hit that like button. Enjoy your work, Devon. Be safe as well, guys. Let's go, people. Let's go. Now, Brad Smith. Guys, I'm sure many of you guys probably know who Brad Smith is. I'm sure many of you guys know the homie Brad Smith talking that shit, But we'll start with Phil Spencer tweet. We'll start with the Phil Spencer tweet. Then we go to Brad Smith because he retweeted him, I believe, or quote tweeted him. So we're going to talk about that fella. So hit that like button, guys. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen, player. Xbox zoom in. Now, guys, I know you can see that in HD, 1080p. 1080p of a boy, Phil Spencer. At 4:12 a.m., that must have been my time. That's fucking early, that, bro. At 4 p.m., 4 a.m. in the morning, Phil Spencer came out. And I can't see the chat, guys, so I'm looking down as well. Phil Spencer came out and he goes, Microsoft has entered into the 10-year commitment to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo following the merger of Microsoft and Activision Blizzard King. Microsoft is committed to helping bring in more games to more people, however they choose to play. Now, guys, this is the shit I'm talking about. Phil committed. Look, he talked about bringing games to Nintendo, and people say Nintendo Switch. Listen, next year is gonna be a different ball game. Who knows if a Nintendo Switch Pro comes out? But we know the cloud tech is there as well. But he's committed. He's talking about when CMA talks about we gotta protect the consumers. Nah, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. They were trying to protect PlayStation. Now we know, guys. Phil and the teams come out smart enough. This was chess, not checkers. This was chess. I mean chess, not chest. This was chess. They came out with a 10-year commitment. Nintendo, this is the first time you get Call of Duty. I believe it's the first time. I'm sure it wasn't on the Wii, unless I'm wrong. Unless there was a dog shit version, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I think there was. But out of the last decade or so, there's not been a Call of Duty on the Nintendo Switch. Phil came out, Microsoft, 10 years committed to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo. Next, the forgotten one. What's going on, player? It's freezing over here, bro. It's like fucking 4. Yeah, it's about 26 if you're doing yours, your kind of reading. It's like fucking minus, not minus, but like 2 or some shit over here. It's freezing, player. Now, guys, let me show you what Brad Smith quote tweeted then. Xbox zoom in. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. This guy's a fucking G. This guy's a fucking G. Let me put this phone up here so my head doesn't keep going down. So it looks a bit off. Let me put my phone there. There we go. Now, guys, if you guys are not on Twitter, take a look at this shit. This is the vice president from Microsoft. What's going on, G Stealth? Yam Sunday, what's good, my G? Take a look at this shit. Brad Smith. He quote tweeted Phil Spencer. He goes, our acquisition will bring Call of Duty to more gamers. We're talking about gamers and more platforms than ever before. That's good for competition and good for the consumers. Yes, CMA, good for the fucking consumers, you piece of shit. Thank you, Nintendo. And this is the best part. Let me highlight this part. This was the fucking best part. As you can see, fellas, after it says, Nintendo, we appreciate the love, the respect. When it comes to this deal, you looked after us and that. We're gonna look after you. That's how it works. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. You know how the shit runs. You look after me, I look after you. So Nintendo was all good and now bringing Call of Duty to the Nintendo platform by next year or so. They're gonna love it, or the year after that, for 10 years guaranteed and that. But this is confirmation that bringing more games to more consumers, to more gamers. Some people might not have a series, Xbox Series, or the PlayStation 5, or the PC, but they love that Call of Duty game, that mainline Call of Duty game. But now it's coming. Now let's get back to the point. Let's get back to when Sony is a bitch. Jim Ryan is a bitch. PlayStation dudes, these ponies, are straight bitches. Let me continue. Any day at Sony, this motherfucker's a gangster. This dude's a gangster. I know you might be looking at him. Yo, this dude's white. No, bro, listen. This guy's a gangster. This guy, he tagged Sony. Look at that shit. That's some gangster shit. It was any day Sony wants to sit down and talk, we'll be happy to hammer out a 10-year deal for that dog shit, big bitch of a console PlayStation 5 as well. You see this shit? Look at this shit. This is what I'm talking about. This motherfucker tagged, why so serious? This dude tagged him. Look, let me take you off this. Look at this shit. Look at that shit. This dude, he's going to the FTC. We'll talk about going to LenaCon and that. We'll talk about that shit. But this dude tagged Sony. Listen here, bitch. This is the way I read it. Any day your punk ass wants to sit down to make a 10-year deal to get that Call of Duty on that big bitch of a console. You know my number. You know where the shit is. You know where we belong. Shit. You want to sit down in the office? Let's do it. If you want to do it over the fucking computer like StreamYards, let's do it. Pixel Slapper, what's going on, G? I'm glad you woke up on that. Doom Reaper, Aussie, Gogo Paul, what's good, man, G? This dude came out and tagged them motherfuckers. I love this shit. This is look. Microsoft is too soft. Be the behemoth, motherfucker. Who's the behemoth now? You were upset when Microsoft was using their money to buy publishers and studios, but you didn't want this. You wanted to be a bitch. Jim Ryan, you wanted to be a bitch. You motherfucker ponies. You wanted Xbox to fight. Now they came in full out. You wanna play? You wanna be petty? We know you got Jim Ryan. We know you got connections over my side in the UK and the European and that. We know you got connections. We know that shit. But you want to play them type of games? Let's play them type of games and that. Put your motherfucking hands up on that. Straight up. Put your bitch ass hands up and let's go toe to toe. Now this is what's happening. What's happened to Jim Ryan? Ozzy, he's disappeared. Nine Lives, he's a bitch. MBG is a bitch as well. Fuck all of them motherfuckers. Straight up. Jim Ryan not bending. The only thing he's bending down for Primus is, you know what, player? Jim Ryan is done. Finished. Annihilated. This is the shit I'm talking about. I love this shit. Any day at Sony wants to sit down and wants to talk about this deal, we'll be happy to hammer out a 10-year deal. Motherfuckers, 10-year deal, and you still haven't comment on that shit. You still haven't comment on that bullshit. Bitch, we're giving you 10 years. You said several years is inadequate. Now what, you punk ass bitch ass motherfuckers? 10 years isn't good enough? Now this is gonna make you look bad. If you don't take this deal, or if you still cry like a bitch. If it's all about PlayStation, Call of Duty is affiliated with PlayStation. The marketing rights is with PlayStation. Now the game is going to Nintendo Switch. You might lose some dough. Maybe some of that money you used to love will be going to Nintendo Switch. And on top of that, we'll talk about our Steam stuff as well. When Gabe was talking that shit as well, we'll definitely talk about that shit. But look what's happening here, right? When the CMA, when FTC, I know Lena Khan's fucked up on that. I know she's done. She knew what happened on that. She's messed up a couple of times when it goes to court cases and lost them. I believe the boy R&B was talking about that. She might be a bit of a hardcore. But when it goes to the court cases, she's lost. Straight up. And do you know how much that costs? A lot of money, guys, going to court cases. I mean, knew if we went to the court case, if Microsoft was suing, FTC, CMA, whoever you want to call them, it would have been a different ball game. This is the shit I'm talking about. Now the game is going to Nintendo as well. Not only on PlayStation or Xbox or Steam, it's going to Nintendo. More for gamers, the consumers. There's 120 million Nintendo Switch out there. 120 million, guys. I believe it surpassed the PS4 just as of today. 120 million Nintendo Switches are there. What about them gamers if they wanted to play Call of Duty? What about them gamers? Don't worry about it. Brad Smith and Phil Spencer, Microsoft, Xbox, we're going to look after you. Don't worry about it, fella. We got the shit boxed. Straight up on that. Let me stop sharing my screen for a second. Guys. Now, looking at that shit is insane. It's fucking awesome. Shout out to the 74 people here so far. This shit is amazing. And I love this shit. Absolutely love this shit. Now, I'm going to pull up the homie as well. The homie post up. Shout out to everybody on Twitter. Shout out to every one of you guys right here. I know this was just all of a sudden 15-20 minutes for the TTMS. It had to be done on that, but it is what it is. We're going to be talking that shit straight up. Yeah, she's lost 2 major cases already. That's what I'm talking about, Primus Gaming. I think she's lost 2 majors and 2 average. I'm not sure, but she's lost 2 major cases, and that shit costs money. Jean-Marc Louise, what's going on? The deal is still going through. 100% the deal is going to go through on that. Now take a look at this shit here, guys. Let me share my screen. Shout out to the homie post up. Because Gabe Newell, is it Newell? I'll just call him Gabe. His mama call him Gabe. I'm going to call him Gabe. Gabe approves the Microsoft acquisition of the Activision Blizzard. Shots were fired also. Now I'm going to zoom into the shell and read this to the best ability I can. Let me have some water. Let me have some pony tears. You motherfuckers. I love these tears. Keep crying. I absolutely love these tears. Hit that like button, guys. We're having some pony teeth. It's a celebration, bitch. It's a celebration, bitch. Straight up. This is a shit. This is from the homie Gabe. Gabe from Steam. He goes, we happy that Microsoft wants to continue using Steam to reach customers with Call of Duty when their Activision acquisition closes. Microsoft has been on Steam for a very long time and will take it as a signal that they are happy with gamers' reception to that and the work we are doing. Our job is to keep building valuable features for not only Microsoft, but all Steam customers and partners. Microsoft offered, let me just zoom into this 1 second. There we go. So you guys can see it better. Polar AFC, what's going on, my G? General Spartan. What is good, killer? Let me continue. Microsoft offered and even sent us a draft. A draft. Look at that shit. Let me repeat myself, guys. Microsoft offered and even sent us a draft agreement for a long-term Call of Duty commitment, but it wasn't necessary for us because A. We're not believers in requiring any partners to have an agreement that locks them to shipping games on Steam into the distant future. Now, guys, that's a shot at Jim Ryan and the motherfucking PlayStation brand. One trick pony. What's going on, my G? That's a shot. Let me go back to. I can't even highlight this part, but look what it says here. Where it says because A, the first part. We're not believers in requiring any partner to have an agreement that locks them to shipping games on Steam in the distant future. Talk that shit, Gabe. We'll continue. Phil and the games team at Microsoft have always followed through on what they told us they would do. We do so. We trust their intentions and we think Microsoft has all of the motivation they need to be on all platforms and devices where Call of Duty customers want to be. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. I love this shit. Sony, listen, Mr. Eldrick, let me tell you something, player. Sony fucked up. Sony thought they were playing checkers. Nah, player. The homie Gabe was talking. Phil Spencer's talking. Brad Smith is talking that shit. Even other people are talking. Dina Bass as well. I'll pull that shit up as well. They're talking that shit. All the media guys are talking that shit. Why? Because Sony's been backed up to a corner. Back up into a corner. That's what's happening. Evening, Paul. What's going on? That's what I'm talking about. And I love the shit talking. Sony's the number one market leader when it comes to the console space. And they're still crying like bitches. Still crying like bitches. But I'm glad like guys are calling them out. Gabe from Steam. Say, listen, we don't need a contract. We trust Microsoft. They will honor the contracts. That's what I fucking love about this shit, player. This is the shit I love. Talk that shit. Apollo Cooper, talk that shit. I love the shit. KR, what's going on, G? What's good? Now let me continue towards it. Dina Bass. Rick the motherfucking clicker goes, what's going on? Your POS? Now look at this shit here. Look at this shit. This chick, I know she said some one or two dodgy things, but it is what it is. Let's continue with this. Dina Bass, Bass, whatever you want to fucking call it. Sean, Ricardo Islam, what's going on, my G? What's good? What's good? Microsoft offered a similar deal to Sony, but they haven't accepted. Let me just highlight that shit for a second. Hit that like button, guys. We've got 90 people in here. Let me just highlight that shit. Let me highlight that shit there. John Wolf, Gabe wasn't playing. Gabe was not playing. Straight up. He was talking that shit. We don't need a contract. You don't need to give us a 10-year contract. You've been happy with us. You've been putting your games on Steam. You've been looking after us and we've been looking after you. You've been happy with the reception from Steam customers. And you want to continue to bring more games to other platforms. You want to bring a game like Call of Duty to Steam. Lock it in for like as far as you can go. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I love. I love that shit. Getting back to this, man. Paulie Baba, what's going on, G? Hope you well. Microsoft, let me just repeat this, guys. Pascal, what's going on, my G? Great news today. Pascal, incredible news today, Pascal. Straight up. Microsoft offered a similar deal to Sony, but they haven't accepted. They're not taking the deal. Listen, we talked about this on TTS and WBG. We said it from day one that these motherfuckers wanted. I mean, when I'm talking about these motherfuckers, I'm talking about Jim Ryan and these ponies. Jay Rember, what's good, my G? Billionaires, what's going on, my player? What's going on, player? We talked about this. They wanted this deal to be dead. Straight up, no ifs, no buts, regardless of the deal. G stealth with the 5, yeah, homies hit that like button and fuck these ponies. Talk that shit, G stealth, and thanks for the super chat play. They haven't accepted. We talked about this. They don't want this shit. Straight up, they don't want the deal to go through. Now, the way Microsoft has done this, the way Brad Smith, Microsoft, Phil Spencer has come out. Listen, we offered you 10 years. From now on, Nintendo will be getting the Call of Duty for the first time on Nintendo Switch for 10 years guaranteed. Steam, we will continue to bring the games there. They locked them in. Basically, they locked Sony in. They backed Sony into a corner right now. If Nintendo's happy with a 10-year deal, shiz know what's going on, my G. If Nintendo's happy with a 10-year deal, Steam is happy with a 10-year deal. Sony's gonna be like, no, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. We're not happy with that. If the other competitors are happy with that shit, are really happy with that shit, you think what's gonna happen to FT? You think Sony's gonna deny? Listen, I'll say one thing. GM Shark, what's going on, my G? What's going on? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it very carefully as well. Nintendo has agreed. They're happy with a 10-year deal. Steam is happy. They don't even need a contract. You heard it from Gabe talking that shit. We don't need to be locked into a contract because Phil, Microsoft, we got a good relationship. We believe whatever they said, they have delivered to the platform. Now, if Nintendo's happy with a 10-year deal, Steam is happy with a 10-year deal, and Sony was not happy. Remember, guys, Sony was not happy with a couple of years for Call of Duty. Now, they go, listen, let's get everybody 10 years. Nintendo's accepted. Steam's accepted. What's gonna make it's gonna make Sony look like a bitch. Straight up, if Sony does not accept, I'm telling you right now, they should just pull that game straight from the platform. The next ones after the marketing contracts, pull that shit away from PlayStation. They can say to the FTC, the CMA, yo, they weren't happy with several years. Okay, fair plays in that. We give them 10 years. Nintendo loves a 10-year deal. Steam loves a 10-year deal. But PlayStation still not happy with that deal. Still not happy. The competitors are happy, but when it comes to PlayStation, they're not happy with that shit. And I really wish PlayStation is stubborn. I really hope PlayStation is stubborn and they don't take the deal and the game will be pulled away from that shit. I really hope that happens. But let me continue. She tagged Phil Spencer. She goes, Phil Spencer isn't mincing words about that. From where we sit, it's clear they're spending more time with the regulators than they are with us to try and get this deal done, he said in the interview. And we knew about this, guys. What he just said here. Let me just highlight this. As he's there, she tagged Phil Spencer. What Phil Spencer just said. People get rid of that sex fine shit. Nola Origin, what's going on, my G? Good shit, Baberi. He goes, Phil Spencer isn't mincing words about that. From where we sit, this is Phil Spencer talking that shit. From where we sit, it's clear they're spending more time with the regulators than they're spending with us. What kind of shit is that? That's the shit I'm talking about. We talked about that shit. Good job, mods, yeah. Michael G with a 5. Only exclusive PlayStation deserve its front row seats to watch Xbox players enjoy Call of Duty. Talk that shit, Michael G. Talk that shit. I love this shit. The deal's out there. The pressure's on. We know Brad Smith is going to FTC. I'll pull that up for a second as well. I absolutely love this shit. Honestly, guys. Let me just close that down. Let me close this down as well. And this is what I'm talking about, guys. Where is it? Hit that like button, guys. 104 people in here, guys. Shout out to you. And this is awesome. Absolutely awesome to see this shit, man. Shout out to you guys, man. Honestly, for dropping by as well. Now here we go, guys. It's crazy how this is played out as well. You know, from the tweet from Phil Spencer, from Brad Smith, to go into the FTC, I believe within. I'm not sure if anything will get leaked or not, but we'll find more information probably during this week about what's happened with Brad Smith. But as we can see here, for your information, Brad Smith, Microsoft president, will go to Washington, D.C. to meet with the 3 Democrats members of the FTC to prevent the Activision deal from being thrown out, to be like basically destroyed. Sources said Smith is fighting quickly to win over the FTC panel. So, guys, listen. Lena Khan, listen here. I don't know if she's probably Pakistani. There's no hate on that. But Lena Khan, shut the fuck up. Don't think you're the boss in that. We know what happened to your voters and that. The panel is split. You lost 2 major cases. You have lost 2 major cases. But I'm going to say one thing. When Brad Smith comes there, you best off shut the fuck up and approve the deal. Simple. Don't think you're a hero. Don't think you missed Marvel. Remember that shit. Straight up. Let the deal get done. If you want to go to court cases, you're going to get sued. And you probably get kicked off the panel because you lost 2 major cases so far. And that costs a lot of money. And you don't have money to spend. Straight up. We're not playing this shit anymore. Brad Smith is going there to talk that shit. Goes to the panel. Listen. This deal, you're not going to cut it. You're not going to stop this. We're coming for you, motherfuckers. Everything we put out there is awesome. Pascal, what did you say? Why did Nintendo accept the COD deal if according to the CMA, they are a different market to Xbox? 100%. But the way Xbox has done it, Nintendo's happy with it, Steam's happy with it 10 years. Why isn't Sony happy with it for? Bringing more games, isn't that the whole point of the CMA, FTC? Bringing more games and helping the customers, the consumers, giving them a better deal, reaching more players, more gamers. Not everybody can afford a PlayStation 5. Not everybody can afford Xbox Series X. Not everybody can afford 3 platforms. Some people might just like Nintendo games. Some people like PlayStation games. PC gamers or Xbox gamers. And that's the whole point. I bet you, I bet you, if Sony does not accept this 10-year deal, I'm going to tell you straight, rip that shit apart from them. Take that shit away from them. Straight up. No ifs, no buts. That's how I would roll it out. I'm telling you right now, guys, I would take that shit right away. Honestly, that's what I fucking do as well. When it comes to this deal, they've been fucking crying every fucking day. Like what Phil Spencer said, they haven't sat down with us. They're too busy going to the CMA, trying to like build a case, trying to like act like they're weak, desperate. We can't even compete against Microsoft when it comes to the console space. Microsoft is going to be doing this. Microsoft is going to raise the prices on console. When these punkas raise the prices on console. That's the shit I'm talking about. Unbelievable in that. 3 years was not good enough. 10 years? These dudes have the fucking nerve. Absolutely have the fucking nerve to not comment or accept 10 years. You see the confident, like not confident, the arrogance. These guys are arrogant motherfuckers. Straight up. Onyx with it too. But Sean, Nintendo only has kids games. Talk that shit play. We won't have any kids game now playing it, Onyx. Call of Duty will be there probably next year or some shit. Arrogant motherfuckers. King Darkus, what's going on, G? Relski, what's good, my brother? Sorry, Sony. Arrogant motherfuckers. They want everything their way. Deploy 19, what's going on, my G? Godsoul. This thumbnail is fire. Yeah, I just made it today, bro. I made it this like within the last hour or some shit. I had the idea for the thumbnail, but I made it within the last hour or something. These dudes are straight up arrogant motherfuckers. You know when someone's on top, I should get this, we should get this, I want this, I want that. There's that spoiled child. You know, there's that spoiled child and that they've been fed with a golden spoon. When it comes to PlayStation generation, the PlayStation 4 gen, they were enjoying it. Having the big meals, enjoying it, going to the 5-star restaurants and that, you beneath us and that. We deserve this, we deserve that. We are PlayStation, we are Sony. When we show up on that, give us that respect. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. We ain't giving you shit. Motherfuckers. Jim Ryan, you out there snitching like a rat. Worse than Master Splinter from Turtles. That's the shit I'm talking about. Now we got Phil Spencer talking that shit. You wanted these guys to fight. You're not happy with it right now. You wanted these guys to fight. Now we're coming with the money. And on top of that, we're coming with his fucking hands. Straight up. That's what we're doing. That's how we're rolling right now. Talk that shit, guys. Now, on top of that, guys, listen. What's went down? What's going on right now? Look at this shit, guys. You know, a game like, you know what? I'll get the pony tears when I show you this. You're gonna love this shit. Even though with the FTC, Brad Smith, Phil Spencer, more information will come out because Brad Smith has gone over to FTC in Washington DC. He's gonna make sure this deal goes through. Make sure Lena Khan just shuts the fuck up, back the fuck up, and that's it. You carry on. All everybody on the panel, just shut the fuck up. Straight up. I'm not playing games. If you want to lose more money, if you want to look bad, if you want to have a bad record, we will go to the motherfucking court and we will sue your bitch ass. That's what we're doing. Straight up. Straight up. Hit that like button, guys. 107 people in here. Motherfuckers. This is the shit I'm talking about. I'm talking about shit. Talking about shit. Look at this. Guys. Look at this shit here. Nintendo ain't dumb like Sony. Yo, Don Sicario, what's going on, my G? Nintendo is smart because, listen, if I'm offering, before I get to this receipt here, Call of Duty, listen, if it's never been on your platform, if it's never touched the Nintendo Switch in any capacity, and that game comes out like yearly, but it's gonna go every 2 years, unless it changes that. Like, I mean, I'm talking about the mainline games. I know they're making like a DLC. A game that comes out every year sells like gangbusters, microtransactions, and Xbox gonna offer that game. Will we bring that game to the Nintendo Switch? You think Nintendo wasn't missing shit. Like, they weren't missing it. But if Xbox is coming out and saying, listen, we will bring the game to your platform, that's extra money. That's a bonus for them. You don't have to do shit. We will bring that game to your platform. I'm not sure if you'll be ready for the Switch Pro, cloud gaming, you name it. We will bring that game to your device somehow. Because we know the Nintendo Switch does a bit of cloud gaming with some games. But the whole point of it, yeah, I don't think so as well. Eternal should die. What's going on, my G? But, you know, things changes. You can't never say never. I know they're making like some sort of DLC next year. But what I'm talking about, if Call of Duty's never been on Nintendo, fair plays in that. They won't missing that money. But when it comes to PlayStation, they will miss that money if that went away. They will feel it because that game comes out every year, makes a lot of money for PlayStation, and they probably use that money to reshuffle it back into the other games, other studios to pay. Nintendo will be happy. Yo, 10 years, dope. You bring the game. That's extra money for us. That's a bonus for us and that. But look at this shit, guys. What game came out last? What day is it now? What game came out about 20 something days ago? God of War for that dog shit PlayStation 5. I'm alright, guys. I'm alright. Did God of War come out? Did God of War came out what 20 something days ago? My pony teas are here. I'm gonna have these pony tears. Unrule. How the fuck did you get banned on Twitter? What did you do, player? Now, God of War came out. Game of the generation. 2018 Game of the Year. The sequel came out. We know this motherfucker's DLC. Let's talk that shit. After all of that bullshit, these motherfuckers are capping 5.1 million sales. Breaking records. We're breaking records. Best first party IP selling, best selling first party IP ever for the PlayStation. You hear this shit? Look at that shit here. Look at this shit here. Look at this shit. Who's third place? Who's last? Forget the other boxes. Who the fuck is last? Jay, what's going on, my G? Unknown Soldier, what is good? Look at this shit here. God of War came out. And I played the God of War. God of War it's a dope game. Don't get me wrong. It's a dope game. It's got its issues, 100%. It's a dope game, but I was told when PlayStation drops a first party IP, everybody shows up. Everybody wants it. And it even broke records. It broke records, guys. And look what's happened. Look at the sales. Look at the sales here. Who's the bitch? PlayStation is a bitch. PlayStation is last. The almighty God of War could not save that big bitch of a console. At least come second. But I tell you what, guys. We figured this out. We knew about this. These PlayStation dudes, ponies, you know what they do? They're too busy on fucking Twitter. That's what they do. Always talking about Xbox, Xbox, Xbox on Twitter. That's the type of shit they do. Look at that in North America. Look at that shit. Really? Really? Don't start that shit, player. Don't start that shit, player. 840 plus thousand versus 685 plus thousand in the States. But let's talk about Europe. Let me go to the second part here. Look at the European player. Over 210,000 in Europe and that. My end. Europe and UK. Versus 168 plus. Yeah, Paulie Baba, you know what I call her, innit? She's Pakistan, I'm Pakistani, so I can say it. Who gives a fuck? But going back to the UK, Xbox won America. Yo, 9 lives. They even won UK and Europe. Look at that shit. Fair players, we got our ass kicked in Japan. But worldwide. 1.2 million versus 1 million plus. Look at that shit. I was told God of War is going to be selling. It's a console seller. A console seller. God of War sold 5.1 million. It's going to break records. It's going to absolutely kill it. What's happened? Do you remember them conversations we used to have about Xbox Series, especially Baby Bro? Yeah, guys, I'll zoom in for you a bit extra so you guys can see the difference there. I'll zoom in so you guys can see it on your phones. I want you. Some guys must be thinking, "Oh, Sean, you're full of shit. This is lies." Look at the numbers, guys. Look at that shit. But remember, Baby Bro, nobody wants that shit. I don't give a fuck. This is the pony. This got the chest out looking like this and that. The ugly motherfuckers. They said, no matter what, we don't give a fuck if Xbox Series S is discounted to $200. And in the UK, you're ready? I don't know. How the fuck you wear hats? I'm not sure. I don't know there was even sizes for hats, to be honest. But getting back to my shit, you're fucking up my. Listen, really, you're fucking up my floor, player. Yeah, Xbox. Listen, let me get back to it. Peanut Brooks, what's going on, player? Yeah, they are mature games and that, but Call of Duty will be a good addition, a great addition. Now, getting back to this, when they talked about Xbox Series S, that console got discounted. Target were doing it for $250, I believe, with a gift card of $50. But in the UK, they dropped that bitch down to £190. £190. And I've seen the tweets, guys. I remember when people said, listen, it doesn't make a difference. Xbox Series S can get discounted for Black Friday, Dirt Friday, and it won't make a difference. PlayStation will still outsell them motherfuckers, regardless of the price cut. Now, you ponies, I want every one of you ponies to look at this. Look at this very carefully with your motherfucking beady eyes, you cross-eyed motherfuckers. Look at this. What's happened? You said the discount wouldn't make a difference. PlayStation's got God of War. What's happened? We told you the casuals will go where the fucking cheaper option is. A next-gen console for £190, $250 with a gift card, or bundling with Call of Duty. Are you fucking crazy? Are you crazy? That's the shit I'm talking about. Now, God of War, take this. Look at it. Look at Kratos. Look at Kratos. Crying like a bum. Crying like a bum on that. He's a bum. Dude's a bum on that. He's a has-been. Bro, this guy, listen, I don't want to talk about it, but this guy, he's a bum. He's a has-been. He's a journeyman. Some of you guys, if you watch boxing, any martial arts and that, this guy is a journeyman. And he's so bad. Now, some people will say, Sean, he's brutal. Yo, he's brutal. Bro, this guy's a journeyman. He can't even fucking jump anymore. His knees are gone. His knees are old. He's got arthritis in his knees. That's why he does not jump anymore. That's what I'm talking about. You guys in the chat talking about can't jump. This guy's knees is gone. He's a has-been, a journeyman. So he had to take an L. But getting back to this chart again, once more, guys. Look at that shit. Xbox zoom in. Your dirt, what's going on, killer? Look at them numbers. Them numbers are looking mighty good for Xbox. But not so much for the PlayStation. Especially with a game like God of War dropping. A game like Kratos. Well, a game... God of War. Just imagine that. God of War sold 5.1 million. And the bitch didn't do nothing. Kratos is washed out. Talk that shit, guys. Talk that shit. Yo, listen to me. Let me stop sharing my screen for a second because I want to find more receipts. I love this shit, guys. Honestly. Xbox, from Phil Spencer, Brad Smith, the media, FTC is going to get backed up into a corner. Then it comes to the sales. MPDs in America. When we were told it doesn't make a difference if Xbox Series were $100. I remember that shit. I'm trying to find a receipt quickly whilst I'm talking to you guys. I remember that shit. Now let me look for this. Hit that like button, guys. 126 people in here. Please hit that like button. Let me find this receipt. If I can find it, I'll find it. If I can't, then tough shit. We'll carry on moving on that. We'll carry on moving. Let's see. Where's this shit? Chicken Eye, what's going on, my G? I hope you're well. Hope you're really well on that. Where is this shit? Where is your punk ass, you ponies? So many receipts. So many receipts on that. And I found it. And I found it, guys. And this guy, I don't have a problem with it, but when you're trying to talk that shit on Twitter. Hey, Frizzle, what's going on, man? I'm glad it's your first time catching me live. I appreciate the support as well afterwards, man. Maurice Branch, man, what's going on? Chicken Eye, man, talk that shit. I appreciate every one of you guys. I know, we all do different timings. Everyone's around the world. So it's difficult to catch people live or, but I appreciate you guys, you being here, bro. Just hit that, everybody hit that like button. Now, getting back to that Series S shit. Let me share my screen. When they said, who wants a Series S? Who wants an Xbox? I'm going to zoom into this shit. And I'm going to get the special tiers once again. The pony tiers. These are the pony tiers. This is special. Special. I am Mike with the 2. TTS things are falling apart. Yeah, talk that shit. Things are falling apart Oh shit, I like how you did that. Things are falling apart for them. These PS5 pussies talk that shit. Stanley, what's going on, my G? Now let me have these pony tears. Fraser, are you from America, player, or you Australia? I think you're Australia, aren't you? Shout out to you, man. Appreciate the support. Now, guys, you must be thinking, why am I showing this? And some guys may be just joining me. And I'll pull the other receipt up quickly in 1 second. The pony tears are beautiful in that. This here, this can hold pony tears. Very salty. But this is made from Bruce Wayne. So this is quality metal. It can handle the pony tears. Don't worry about the salt, the sodium and that. Now, guys, listen to me. If you're joining me right now, hit that like button. Now, you must be thinking, why am I showing this? Why am I showing this for 1 second? Let me just pull this back. I'll show you why I'm showing that. Then I'll get to that. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to zoom into this. Guys, look at this shit here. Titanium. This is what I'm showing here right now. In North America, Canada, well, let's call it States, Xbox slapped the shit out of PlayStation. In the UK, slapped the shit out of PlayStation. Worldwide, slapped the shit out of PlayStation. Slapped them so hard that these ponies felt it. Even the mama felt it. That's how much of a slap it was. Devastating. 12 T-flops of power. Now, I'm showing you this because I have a receipt. Because I was told by this pony here. Crazy to think people really thought that the Xbox Series S. I'm going to highlight this. I'll highlight this here. Then I'll continue to read it. 12 T-flops of slapping power. Talk that shit. Dog Stalker 4. What's good, my G? Hope you well, player. Hit that like button. Jagaya J. Look at this shit. Crazy to think that people really thought that the Xbox Series S, being the cheaper console, would be the one casuals go for more and appeal to more people. But more casuals are buying more PlayStation 5s over the Xbox Series S. So that debunks that casuals only look at price. Let me just highlight that. Let me just highlight this bottom part. Drone TJ, what's going on, my G? A lot of shit talking today, bro. A lot of shit talking, man. Shout out to Drone TJ. He's one of the homies, man. But let me continue. Let me digress. Is that right? Yeah, mechanic, is it? Listen, but more casuals are buying more PlayStation 5s over the Xbox Series S. So that debunks that casuals only look at price and nothing else. Casuals are choosing the PlayStation 5. Guys, do you see this shit here? Do you see this shit? You know when I talk about, look, listen, before I get to this, Buck with the 5, support you and the hilarious both of you. Your Buck, I appreciate it, everyone. Looks, I appreciate it, brother, man. Honestly, just shout out to you, man. I really appreciate it, man. Respect to you guys. I respect to every one of you guys in the chat. Hit that like button, man. But shout out to Buck with the 5. Is it Buck Buke with the 5? Now, dudes, when I talk about PlayStation, guys, when I talked about PlayStation, Jim Ryan, I said they arrogant motherfuckers. Entitled, now, like the homie Dirt says, entitled pieces of shit. That drizzled down to these ponies. These ponies are out here sticking their motherfucking pigeon chest out. Plastic gangsters. That's right, plastic gangsters. 100% certain that they have the information. Talking that shit. Crazy to think that people really thought that Xbox Series S, being the cheaper console, would be the one casuals go for more and appeal to more people. But more casuals are buying the PlayStation 5. Let me repeat that once again. You pigeon chest motherfuckers. Let me repeat that once again. But more casuals are buying more PlayStation 5s over the Xbox Series S. So that debunks that casuals only look at the price and nothing else. And he doubled down once again. Casuals are choosing the PlayStation 5. Let me just highlight this part. You guys look at this shit. Casuals are choosing that big bitch of a console, PlayStation 5. Drone TJ, did you see the info from last night? Your drone... Sony drones that Sony fucked around and they found out. I love that. I love that video, bro. Trey Frizzy, what's going on, my G? This dude was sticking his pigeon chest out, pretending he's a gangster, but we know these ponies are plastic gangsters. Casuals are choosing the PlayStation 5. Now, Chris Righteous, nothing personal, strictly business. But when he out here talking that shit, this was 10 days ago, but when he out here talking that shit, trying to stick your pigeon chest out, trying to act like a gangster, but we all know you ponies are plastic gangsters. Trying to act like you know all the information that casuals will go buy a PlayStation 5. It doesn't matter about the price point. Chris Righteous, I have a receipt for you. Chris Righteous, I hope you can see this. Look, your beady eyes, look at this. Look at this shit. Look what's happened. Your punk ass said that casuals won't buy the Series S if it's cheaper. Yo, Jay, what's good? Yo, Jay, do you like that one pigeon chest? Yo, listen. You guys are cracking me up. Corona Boy Jay, what's going on, my G? You said, Chris Righteous, you said that regardless if the Xbox Series S is cheaper, discounted, Black Friday, nobody's buying that shit. The casuals will go and buy what? The PlayStation 5. These are your words. These are not my words. Shout out to the homie Raider for re-upping, becoming a member, re-upping that. Shout out to you, player, man. I love you, bro. All love for all of you guys. Now, guys, Chris Righteous, I'm not making this shit up. I'm not making this shit up. Rain G4, what's good, my G? He said this shit. I'm not saying this shit. Windows 79, what's good, player? He said this shit. The casuals are choosing the PlayStation 5. Regardless of that, look at this. Let me pull this up on that. Let me just read this out once more. And let me highlight this because these ponies with their beady eyes, they might be colorblind. I'm not sure. Crazy to think that people really thought that the Xbox Series S being cheaper, a cheaper console would be the ones casuals go for and appeal to more people. But more casuals are buying more PlayStation 5s over the Xbox Series S. So that debunks that. Casuals are only looking at price and nothing else. Casuals are choosing the PlayStation 5. Now, guys, listen to me. Look at this shit here. Can you see what I've highlighted there? I want you guys to look at the Xbox zoom in. This was a couple of weeks ago. This guy was confident, cocky. Definitely sticking his pigeon chest out. Talking about the Series S. Look at that date. Guys. And what happened, 3 weeks later? Sorry, not 3 weeks later. Sorry, when was this? The 26th of November. He posted that shit when? The 17th. He posted that shit 17th. Nocturnal, what's going on, my G? He posted this shit 17th that doesn't make a difference if the Xbox Series is cheaper. Casuals are buying or choosing the PlayStation 5 over that. They will go where the games are. That's what they're saying. Look at this shit, Chris Righteous. How does it feel to get egg on your face? Rede with a 2. Shout out to Rede. You gotta have some. Shout out to Bernie Rubble. Good show. Yabba dabba fucking do. Shout out to Rede and that. You POS. I'm Blex. What's good, my G? This is the shit I'm talking about. Motherfuckers are dominated in North America. Why? Because Xbox Series S and even the Series X had a promotion, but the Series S got the price cut for holidays. And it was proven that the casuals that was on the Xbox One, casuals on the PlayStation 4, the hardcore are still transitioning, slowly but surely. And it's been 2 years now, 2 years into this generation, to get a next-gen console at £190, $200+ with a gift card as well. It's incredible in that. And the casual will move over when they feel like the price is justified. Straight up. Jagaya J with member for 6 months. Yeah, you motherfucking ponies. We're gonna throw eggs on. We're gonna throw eggs on you, Chris Righteous. We're gonna throw eggs on your bitch ass. And on top of that, that PlayStation 5 faceplates, we're gonna fuck you up with them. Yo, why so serious? Come on, play. Come on. There's no don't encourage these guys. I look like Fred Flintstones. Come on, play. Let me just change my hairstyle a bit. Let me put my hair a bit down. You guys are calling me Fred Flintstone. No, it's no good. No good. None of that shit. Absolutely awesome. Chris Righteous. That you remember? I know this is funny, but this dude as well. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Let me get the pony tears out again. I know this is he's probably just joking, but I know this guy takes it serious because you guys know if you watch some pony shows, this guy loves to go in on Xbox, and he was an Xbox fan, I believe, back in the days. But let me have some pony tears whilst you guys look at this carefully. Yeah, man. The young Sunday she died. She's battling cancer, I believe. 71, I believe. What a great, actress and that. Shout out to her. RIP to, Christy Alley and that. Only on Xbox. Come on, player. There's no need for that shit. Whatever receipts you want, I'll send them to you there. I got them bookmarked and that. I'll send them to you. Which one you want? Yeah, she was amazing. Look who's talking. And she's been in so many shit as well. But getting back to the show. Bad Juju. Yeah, these pigeon chest motherfuckers. Ready for tomorrow? Yeah, I'm gonna go sleep tomorrow, and we will be streaming the Game Awards on Dirk Griggy's channel. Unless something changes, it'll be on his channel. Then TTS Friday, and we'll be talking about. Yeah, I've got you, Dirk. I've got you, play. Let me get a super chat before I continue with this. Bay Area with the 5. These feminine ponies had God of War, arguably. Well, I can't see it properly. I need to move this phone over to the side, man. That's the difference between Streamlabs and StreamYards. Where is it? God of War, yeah. Sony biggest game and system with 0 games. Curb stomped is during the Friday weekend. Talk that shit, laughing out loud. Let me move this a bit. 1 second, guys. Let me angle this a bit so I can see the fucking chat. That's only downfall with this. Anyway, that's why everybody that's why Dirt loves StreamYards, because you can see the chat, everything at once. But anyway, getting back to this dude named Jez. He's trying to talk that shit, having a bit of fun. This video shows the demand of the Xbox Series S at $250 or lower this Friday has been incredible. I know this is funny, but I'm still gonna talk that shit because this guy was trying to talk that shit. Because you know what, guys? Let's be honest. If PlayStation beat Xbox, during the Black Friday, what would have happened? They would have said, see, I was right. Nobody wants the Xbox Series S, even if it's discounted to $200. Nobody wants that shit. That's the shit I'm talking about. That's why I'm going after these motherfuckers. Straight up, I'm not going to give them a chance. Any opportunity, every opportunity comes my way, I'm going to go after these motherfuckers. I'm going to keep them receipts. Make sure they take an L. I'm not going to let these guys slide. After what happened last gen, you think I'm going to let these guys off easy? No chance. And I'm sure you guys in the chat would agree with me. No chance. Dudes out here talking that shit. Yo, Jez, y'all here talking that shit, talking about the demand. Only one person coming for Black Friday. Let me go back to this shit. Yo, Jez, what the fuck happened? What happened? You had God of War. Bitch, a 94. Like I said, Kratos is a journey, man. Motherfucker can't even jump anymore. He's that old. He's done. You said nobody wants a Series S. Boom. What's happened? They came fucking last in America. Boom. They came fucking last in UK and Europe. Boom. They came fucking last in worldwide. Talk that shit. I'ma talk that shit. Pentiment. God of War versus Pentiment. That's the shit I'm talking about. Pentiment did better sales. Sorry. Let me have some water. Pentiment was a console seller. Talk that shit. Yam Sundays, man. Every one of us are the backbone, bro. Every one of you guys in the chat. We all here. We all here. Only on Xbox. Shut the fuck up. Let me talk that shit. Let me talk that shit. God of War came out and Pentiment came out. What sold more consoles? I was told that the God of War was a console seller. I was told that God of War was a console seller. But who would have known Obsidian never misses? Even though I've not played the game yet, I will give it a try. It might not be my game, but hey, not every game's for every gamer. Regardless if it's first party or third party, it doesn't make a difference to me. But Pentiment was a first party game. Pentiment versus God of War. What happened during the holidays, the Black Fridays? What happened? What was a console seller? Pentiment was the console seller player over God of War, and I have the numbers to prove it. I have the numbers to... You guy J, I'll get to that player. I have the numbers to prove it. Pentiment was a console seller. It was the better console seller versus God of War. Can you believe that shit? These ponies are full of shit. Like the guy Jay says in the chat, what he's just said there, rumors that Sony had a lot of consoles. A lot of consoles. Now the homie Eternal should die, man. Let me let that volume go. Eternal should die. Shout out to you for becoming a TTS family member. Respect to you, my brother. And you talk that shit, player. Keep talking that shit. Respect to you, man. Eternal should die. Look at this shit. Shizno Ali, do you agree with me? Pentiment is a console seller and beat God of War. Drone TJ, $5. The news last night was crazy. Like shout out to you, homie. Drone TJ, I was waking up for work at 4:40 a.m. Was it 4:40 or 4:30? Some shit like in the morning. I was waking up for work. Then I started seeing all this shit. Phil Spencer, Brad Smith, and all this shit was happening. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy, bro. And Google poll, yeah, 100% Euro sales, Xbox win. That's amazing. That is big, bro. It shows that having a console at the right price is pretty dope, play. Eternal should die with a 2, man. You mean as Dust Fall and Pentiment is a 1-2 punch and knock the shit out of the PlayStation 5. Talk that shit, Eternal should die. I fucking love it. Talk that shit. I love it, man. Drone TJ, talk that shit. Relski, Shizno, Baveri, only on Xbox. Toolman, talk that shit. A Plague's Tale is a great game. A fantastic game on that. That and God of War, they're kind of tied for me a bit at the moment. But amazing shit. Amazing. This shit's amazing, that. Let me start sharing my screen because I could have something nasty on here. But shout out to you guys, man. How many do we have here? 140 something. Shout out to you guys in the chat. Honestly, fucking amazing. Amazing. And do you know what it is, guys? Listen. And on top of that, after all of this shit, I'm going to be petty. I'm going to be petty. G-Fat Jake talk that shit. The dirty bastards. Always call her. What's going on, my G? Dirty bastards. Now, guys, I'm going to be petty here. After all of that shit from the Xbox Series whooping that big bitch of a console PlayStation 5, Phil Spencer talking that shit. Brad Smith goes, listen, Sony. Tagged Sony as well on top of that. Tag them. Motherfucker. Listen, we ain't playing fucking games anymore. Man up. Stop being a fucking child. Man the fuck up with your pigeon chest, you cross-eyed bitch. Meet us at the table and accept the 10-year deal like Nintendo on Steam has. Stop playing the soft card, the weakest link card. None of that bullshit. Just shut the fuck up, man up, meet me out the fucking office. Let's do the contract 10 years and you be on your way and we be on our way. Otherwise we will fuck you up on that. But let's get back to being petty. After all of that shit, all of the news that's coming out, on top of that, guess what's happened, guys? And I'm sure you guys have seen this as well, some of you guys. On top of that, guys, look what's happened. Look what's happened. We stole one of the fucking Naughty Dog developers on top of that shit. We stole a PlayStation developer. Vampire Survivors is epic, bro. That shit is legit. That shit is legit. It's dope. KR, 100%, man. Eternal Shaddai, 100%. That's what Microsoft needed to do. They needed to show Sony who's boss. But let's get back to being petty. We stole a Naughty Dog employee. We stole that shit. After all of that shit talking today in the morning that Drone TJ were talking about in the morning, we stole one of the developers in that. And he's joined the coalition. Dope. That's how we do it. We petty. You want to be petty, Sony. Jim Rand, you want to be a petty bitch. You want to be these, go to the CMA, oh, we too weak and we can't compete. Microsoft's going to do this to us and Microsoft's going to kill the gaming industry. Shut your bitch ass up. You want to be petty? We'll be petty. We'll go down to your motherfucking level. And that's what's happening right now. And what are these guys, what has he worked on? What has he worked on? He just joined a couple of months ago. So he's been there for 4 months. But look, he's done The Last of Us 2, Uncharted Legacy, Last of Us Part 1. So it's been around for a minute. So we stole this guy. We stole, was Perry, whatever the fuck his name is and that. We stole this dude from Naughty Dog. After all of that shit talking today, we've been petty. We stole you, bitch. How does it feel, PlayStation, to lose a developer? How does it feel to lose a developer from Naughty Dog and that? Punk ass, bitch ass motherfuckers. Hit that like button, guys. You know these motherfuckers, listen. I don't know how many bookmarks I got. How long I've been on the show for? I've got no idea, but we're going to continue until I have to stop, until I get tired and that. Sony are so... Listen. I want to talk about a certain thing about remakes, reboots. Sony is notorious for this shit. Notorious for this shit. I'm going to show you something. Shout out to the homie J-Rock. Shout out to the homie J-Rock. There's a leak out here. And the leak was his pony tears, first of all. There's a leak out here. And as you guys can see at the bottom, Uncharted is getting a reboot. Uncharted is getting a fucking reboot. Ponies leaking everywhere. Talk that shit, Rangy 4. Ponies are leaking everywhere. UK lad, what's going on, player? Let me have these pony tears. Uncharted's got like 5 games. 5 fucking games. And these motherfuckers have the nerve to reboot Uncharted. What the fuck are we doing here? Is that all they're doing now? Remake, rebleach, director's cut, rebooting station? Is it that bad for them? Metal Gear Solid remake? Is it that bad for these dudes that they can't invest into new IPs? Is it that bad that they invested into 10 live services and they run out of money? Is that why they're crying so bad over Call of Duty? Dudes are out here rebooting the motherfucking last Uncharted. What the fuck are we doing? Are we going to call them the reboot station? Before it was a remake station. Remaster station. Remake station. Now we're going to call them what? Reboot station? Look at this shit. I'm not surprised if this shit happens. This is the shit that's happening. Look at this shit. Rebooting the shit. Shout out to J-Dog talking that shit. Oh shit. The chat's talking that shit. They're going to have him like this. Oh shit. They're going to... Yo, if they're going to reboot it, they're going to change the camera angle. That's what they're going to do. It'll be over the shoulder, the camera right up his ass with a companion. That's what they're going to do. Rebooting Uncharted. Like, are you for real? Are you fucking for real on that? If this shit's happening, yo, beware. Let me look at the DMs. 1 second. I know people have been sending me DMs on that. Babylon Falls, 100% play. Yeah, I seen that shit. Yeah, shout out to that. Yeah, Bavary, yeah, checkmates, good shit. But fuck them and that. Fuck them, straight up. I'm just looking at something else because I've seen something you sent before. Gran Turismo 7 remake. That's a fucking disgrace, that game. Forget that shit. Never see that shit. I got one or two other things here as well. But let me bookmark this shit. What's going on, man? Shout out to the what? 150 plus, I believe. Shout out to you guys, man. Honestly, can you believe that shit? They rebooted Uncharted. Like, who the fuck is asking for that? And look what's happened to fucking Last of Us remake. Nobody wanted that shit. That shit came and went instantly. Instantly. Seriously. What else do we have here? I just want to look at some receipts. That's all I want. Because you know we love talking that shit. And you know we love having receipts to back it up as well on top of that. 100%. Yo, you know MBG, I know Cineme's been crying a bit. He's trying to say like, EA needs, Sony needs to buy, let me just pull this up 1 second. Let me see, 1 second. Yeah, Sony needs to buy EA. Sony needs to buy this. Joey, what's going on, player? Hope you well. That's what they're talking about. Honestly, they've gone to a point where they're struggling so bad. They're going for reboots, remakes. It's incredible what's going on with Sony right now. I wonder if Jim Ryan will last. I wonder if it will last. I've got no ideas. No idea how long this guy's going to last for. And dudes are absolutely hurt as well. Devastated over the news. Absolutely devastated. And this is what I was talking about Alina Khan earlier, guys. Let me just pull this up here. This is what we were talking about before. Yeah, clowns, bro. You know, Brad Smith is going to FTC Washington DC tomorrow as well. And look, Lena Khan could approve Microsoft Activision merger to avoid potential fallout of a split vote from the commission four-person panel. So it's a split vote. So they fucked up as well. Straight up fucked up. That's the shit I'm talking about, player. Absolutely. Oh shit, my daughter's here. She wants to talk that shit. 1 second, guys. What's up? Okay, you don't worry about it. Be on these ponies, okay? I'm coming. I'm gonna finish up, okay? Okay. She's talking that talk. She goes, I'm gonna be on these ponies. Talk that talk, player. Talk that talk. That is working here. You know that. But guys, this is what I'm talking about here. Okay, cry. Look, don't cry like a pony, yeah? Okay, I'll take a look later. Don't worry about it, player. Baby's talking that talk. Say ponies. Ponies. You shy now? What are you shy for? Anyway. Yo, Sean, do you want a Max Payne remake? Silent Hill remake? MGM remake? Hey, I don't mind them, bro. I do not mind them at all. But listen, them games are 20 plus years old. You want to talk that shit, we'll talk that shit. But Uncharted, bro, does it need a reboot? Let's be honest in that. You really want to reboot Uncharted? Come on, guys, man. Uncharted 4 came out in 2016 and the Legacy of Thieves came out, what, 2018 or some shit? 2017? There's no need for that shit. Straight up, there's no need for that shit. Honestly, yeah, Jeremy Brown. Yeah, that's probably is Jim Ryan talking that shit. Now, the FTC, look at this shit. It's a split panel. Brad Smith is going tomorrow. He knows it's a split panel. You think Brad Smith is going to take it easy on her? I said before, Lena Khan, you're not a superhero. You're not Miss Marvel. Remember that shit. Lena Khan, you're not a superhero. Let the deal go through. That's all you need to do. Simple as in that. Uncharted without a jump button. Uncharted with a over-the-shoulder camera. Camera will be right up his ass and that. That's what it is. Straight up. Look at that. Kids crying again. What's up? Okay, let me finish up on that. Guys, I'm sorry. I apologize. I've apologized on that. Daughter wants a bath on that. You know, but I think we've done enough shit talking today. So it's awesome and that. But shout out to every one of you guys for dropping by. Honestly, guys, you guys are just amazing, man. Showing the support. We got 150 people still here, strong talking that shit as well. We got some tomorrow. We're gonna be live streaming.
Daddy,
Yes.
I don't know the sofa.
You did it on a sofa. Why didn't you do it on a pony? Next time, do it on a pony, yeah.
No, on the scarf and the
Okay. Next time you see a pony and Jim Ryan, you make sure you be on them, okay? Okay? Good stuff on that. But guys, listen. Incredible show, man. Tomorrow we'll be on Dirk Rickety channel, live streaming the Game Awards. Then Friday, guys. Listen, if Elden Ring wins Game of the Year, watch. You said you guys said my thumbnail was nice for this show. Friday's gonna be epic if it works out for us and that. So tomorrow we'll be doing the live stream on Dirk Rickety channel, my homie, my co-host on TTS. And then Friday, TTS will be at 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. UK time. Honestly, we'll be talking that shit extremely. We'll have some good topics as well. Hopefully, some more information will come out with Brad Smith, going to Washington, D.C. So everybody be safe. Tomorrow we'll have a great show on Dirk Rickety channel. I'll put a social link in here. 1 second, guys. I'll put a link in the chat. So you can know. Some of you guys may be new. That's the link there. But let me get the super chats. Max, Drone TJ with a 5. Microsoft made the news last night because they are going to the FTC today. Drone TJ, they're going to be talking that talk. Sorry, I can't swear because my daughter's here. They're going to be talking that talk. Brad Smith is not going to be playing. Victor Click with the 5. You know them ponies will eat that up and buy whatever Sony makes. Sony talks and pony listens. 100% play. 100%. That's what they do play. Well, I'm still here talking that talk. Don't worry about a real non-stop talent. I'm still here. But tomorrow, definite, man. We'll have a great show. A lot of fun on Dirk Rickety channel. Yeah, Tool Man, she's talking that 100%. I love it. But that's the social link in the chat. Guys, you can see the chat from Nightbot. Yes.
to get ponies
You want to get ponies? Come here. Say ponies here. Say ponies.
I got ponies at home like Daddy.
Okay, you got ponies, yeah? Good girl.
I got lots of ponies.
You got lots of ponies. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Remember that. Okay. Guys, I'm going to close the show out. Shout out to every one of you guys. Honestly, the link's in the chat. Tomorrow, Game Awards. Let's hope it works out the way we wanted to hope out. Hopefully it works for us. And then Friday, straight up, we're going to be talking that talk extremely. When I mean extremely, it's going to be mental. Straight up, it's going to be absolutely mental. Now, wait for was a leaf for your daughter of the year. Listen, she's gone. I can keep talking that talk. Let's go. Talk that shit. Let's go TTS WBG all day, every day. Let me close the door before I do this close out. 1 second. Oh, you go for the bath, yeah? And tell ponies to kiss it. You guys, we're still going live. We're still here, baby. Let's go. Talk that talk, player. That's how we roll. We're here, baby, for another 5-10 minutes. And that talking that talk never stops, guys. You know that. We never stop talking that shit. She's going for a bath and that. Straight up. Good shit. Hopefully, anyway. But talking that shit. Let's talk about this punk ass MBG for a second. I'm back, baby. Yeah. Yeah. You motherfuckers thought I was done. Nah, player. We're back talking that shit. I've got another 5 minutes, yeah. I'm not a journeyman. I'm not a has-been like Kratos. Kratos can't even jump anymore because he's got bad knees. Bad knees because he's been working on street corners. That's why they changed the camera angle. That's what I'm talking about. But anyway, look at this shit, guys. Look at this shit from MBG. Punk ass. Oh, shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Brad Smith talks. I talked about this earlier, guys. That's good for competition. Look, I talked about this earlier, but some of you guys may be joining. I'll go through it once more. From Brad Smith, Vice President and our... Where's this pony? Show me this pony. Our acquisition will bring Call of Duty to more gamers and more platforms than ever before. That's good. She's showing me this pony, guys. This is the pony she's showing me here. This is Jim Ryan and his punk behind. Is this Jim Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Brooke.
It's broken because he's a punk. Okay, you go bath. I'm coming now.
It's got a nail, but it was broke now. But you have to take the hair out.
You have to take the hair out. Okay, you go. I'm coming now.
It was true.
But shout out to her for talking that talk. She showed me Jim Ryan. You see Jim Ryan there talking that talk as well. But getting back to this, he goes, any day that Sony wants to sit down and talk, we'll be happy to hammer out a 10-year deal for PlayStation. But then the homie, not a homie, this punk ass, this punk behind, MBG's coming out here. Crying, extremely crying, bro. Look at this, guys. Giving a platform holder a game for 10 years. That's never had it versus strong arm in a platform holder. That has always had it into the sorry guys, never had it versus strong arm in a platform holder that has always had it into the same 10-year deal, and then shaming them publicly. Look at this shit to make it seem like they are the bad guys here. Okay, MBG, why are you crying like a bitch for? Why are you crying like a bitch for? Look at this dude strong arming them, trying to make them look like the bad guy. Is it our fault that Sony's been a punk bitch? 10 years, you're not happy with 10 years? You weren't happy with 3 years, but you're not happy with 10 years? You got the homies like Nintendo and Steam. I have a homie, Gabe, from Steam. We down with it. 10 years is awesome. We're good. But this is what I'm talking about. These ponies, entitled pieces of shit. Look at this shit. And he finally says, the final thing I'll say when it comes to Activision Blizzard acquisition, I do believe it will go through. You're damn right with your pigeon chest. It will go through. I also believe that Sony will feel a need to acquire a publisher themselves afterwards, and they will. I won't be able to blame them for doing so either. Listen, MBG. Listen. Do you think I give a fuck? You think I care about if Sony buys a publisher? That's the whole point of the competition. Straight up. That's the whole point in that. Competing. Straight up. I can hear you. What's up?
I'm busy.
Okay then. Talking about that. You think I give a shit? This is competition. Salty Nadella's come out. He come out with his chest. Salty Nadella. But these ponies are coming out with their pigeon chest. Acting like I wouldn't blame Sony if they buy a publisher. Buy a fucking publisher. I want them to buy a publisher. The only publisher they probably buy is Square Enix. Them broke bitches. Cry all the time about nobody buys a game. Sony buys a fucking publisher. Really? You punk. Sony's looking to buy something like this. Sony's that broke. They cry like bitches. They need that Call of Duty money. Sony's looking to buy some shit like this. And you telling them motherfuckers to buy a publisher? Buy Square Enix. Nobody gives a fuck. Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal was the best studio they had. Now they cry nobody buys the game. Keep making your games time exclusive and exclusive on PlayStation. Really? Now I give you credit. If they manage to buy Capcom, that's a big W. I'll be honest with you. But I honestly believe Sony cannot afford to keep them games exclusive. Because if they buy Capcom for like 6 to 10 billion, what's going to happen? Sony's going to be broke. They're going to make that money back. Please buy a publisher, Sony. I'm telling you right now, please, MBG, tag Sony. Tell them to buy a publisher. I want them to buy a publisher. Straight up. That's the way I fucking see it. Buy a publisher so Microsoft can continue to invest. So the FTC can't say shit. You want us to compete. Compete. I want them to buy publishers. I want Sony to buy more studios. So Microsoft can continue investing into studios and publishers. Yeah, he's just salty. That's what it is, bro. We know this player. He's just salty. That's what it is. He's upset. That's what I'm going to say. Straight up. What's Radio got here? Some funny shit, guys, honestly. But guys, honestly, great show. Shout out to every one of you guys for dropping by. Why EA though? Yeah, he said EA. He wants them to buy EA. Do you know why? Because EA's got the sports titles. That's what it is, play. They got a sports title and them games make money. They make money like every year. When FIFA comes out every year, Call of Duty comes out every year. That's why he's trying to say EA by EA. That's what he wants straight up. Let's see this shit 1 second. Yeah, this is the thing you're talking about. Before I go, this is what I'm talking about. Well, this is what you guys are talking about. Sony's gonna buy EA out of spite if Xbox gets Activision Blizzard laughing out loud. This was yesterday. I'm gonna continue to talk that shit. I'm not going nowhere. Until I have to go, I'll go. I'm gonna keep talking that shit. Now the reason why he said EA, because they have games come out every year that makes money like that. So he wants to get 1-to-1. He wants something similar to that. A game like something like say Rockstar, they drop GTA every 7 to 10 years, or Red Dead Redemption every 7 to 10 years. So it's not the same, even though they make the online portion. But they want a game that comes out every year, microtransactions, a brand new game, even though the game looks the same. That's what he wants EA for. Sony's gonna have to apologize to Dice and Battlefield after that. No play. They said what they have to say. Man up and take you on the chin. You said nobody can compete. Even EA can't compete against Call of Duty. Them studios. Man up. Take you on the chin. Now we know MBG, you got me blocked on Twitter. Straight up bitch. Coward. Like I said, plastic gangsters with their pigeon chest out. With their fucking cross-eyed as well. Cross-eyed motherfuckers. And that's what I'm talking about. Buy EA. They ain't gonna buy shit. Buy EA? Bro, Sony's out here buying fucking studios like Haven and Deviation Games. Who the fuck are Deviation Games? Who the fuck are they? They ain't shit. And you got motherfuckers like King Crash. Look. Housemark is a bigger acquisition than ZeniMax. If you don't sit your punk, if you don't shut the fuck up, and if you don't sit your punk ass down, you saying that Housemark is bigger than fucking ZeniMax. Get your punk ass out of here. Can't believe this shit. What I'm hearing. EA, buy EA. Buy them motherfuckers. Tell Sony to buy them. Whose fault is it? Sony's out here buying Tinky Winky Studios. And you want them to buy a publisher. I wish to buy Square Enix. Honestly, I wish to buy Square Enix. Because Final Fantasy is nowhere to be seen on Xbox. Straight up. I wish, bro. Honestly, please. Sony spend all your money. Jim Ryan spent all your money, or most of your money, on a dog shit acquisition like that. I would love it, bro. Straight up. But shout out to you guys. Honestly, dude, look, it's like 10 o'clock now. It's getting a bit late. Tomorrow I got work, then we'll be ready for the Game Awards. That's going to be late. That'll be 7:30, I believe, is starting pre-show for you guys. So it'll be 12:30 for me in the morning. But honestly, guys, dope and a great show. Hit that like button, guys. Still got 116 people in here. I know people were dipping out because I was going to close the show. But shout out to the 116 people here talking that shit. Shout out to you guys. Hit that like button. Straight up. Hit that like button and talk that shit, man. I love it. Hopefully more information will come out. And we'll continue to talk that shit. I'm glad that Phil Spencer and Brad Smith are just out here talking that shit. Going after Sony. Not backing off. The deal's there on the table. Take it or leave it, Sony. If you don't like it, don't take it. Straight up. Byron Moss, I'll be honest with you. Even if they buy Square Enix, I'll talk that shit if Microsoft buys Square Enix, but that's a publisher I don't give a fuck about, honestly. But if they buy them, I'll talk that shit. Straight up. Sony is shaking in their motherfucking boots. Facts, bro. I know what you meant, bro. I know what you meant. Shake it like a shitting dog. Straight up. Great show, yeah, Edwin. Appreciate the support, bro. I appreciate the support. But listen, you motherfucker ponies, you know what to do. Before you hit them street corners, make sure you bleach your motherfucking ass. Then twerk your ass and sell your bleach motherfucking ass for them $70 cross-generation games. You punk ass, smelly ass, cross-eyed, ugly, 12 sandwich eating, dirty looking, pigeon chest, plastic gangster, fake lookalike, ugly Jim Ryan, punk ass, bitch ass, smelly ass, toe licking, ugly motherfuckers. We out. Talk that shit all day, every day. Gangster.
Ain't nothing but against the party.
Ah shit, you motherfuckers know what time is it? Hit that motherfucking like button, and you motherfucking ponies, hit that dislike button and get the fuck out of here, you soft motherfuckers. And ponies, Jim Ryan lied to you and pimped your bitch ass till the end of the west side. You motherfucking ponies know what to do. Walk down that street corner, twerk your motherfucking ass, then put your bitch ass hands out and sell your bitch ass for those $70 games, you soft motherfuckers.